Hey guys, so of course, I wanted to get on here and say my piece about the coronavirus. Everybody's talking about it. There's literally no way of escaping it in some places, so I figured I'd give my opinion. It's not clickbait, just, I'm not making any money from this, it's just my opinion, and I want to try to do some good for people because there's a lot of bad out there, and hopefully my perspective, my opinion will do some good and help you out somehow. I think that two things can be true at the same time. In some cases, and this is one of them. You know, in some cases, it's black and white. This is the truth and this is a lie. I do think that the virus is real, but I also do think that the media in particular is making it into something that it's largely not for many people. And the reason that I say that is because we're getting to the point where we see a lot more people who were originally diagnosed recovering from it. Instead of, oh my God, they were diagnosed, they're going to die. The recovery rate and the survival rate for this is very, very high. Other than somebody with a compromised immune system or the elderly, and I'm pretty optimistic that it has to be waited out. However, I also am not taking everything at face value. Now, I'm not going to get into specifics because I don't know, we may never know. But it just seems to me that everybody's attention is on this right now. And I kind of feel like that's orchestrated on purpose. And it's making me feel like, okay, what do they not want us to see? And, just some of the things that I've seen written, it's we all have a common enemy, just different things is making me feel like there's more to this than what we're seeing. Which in a way is comforting because at first, the hysteria that was going on, I was like, okay, but, my life isn't affected, and a lot of people's lives that I'm talking to aren't affected. Yeah, there's some, especially in other countries. I'm in the US. I'm like, but I don't see the hysteria. As the news started to put that out there, more hysteria came. So I think that's very directly linked as well. And that's something that I really, really wanted to touch on in this video in particular. I know it's real, but I also know that they want you afraid. Not necessarily in the government. I don't think our government wants you afraid because, whether you like him or not, the president has been very calm about all of this. Now, whether that's in an effort to keep us calm or he's generally calm about what's going on doesn't make a difference. I'm taking my cues from that. And my instinct that there's something going on that we don't see. And I get it. There are some of you out there who do have compromised immune systems, who do have elderly loved ones in your life, and you're scared, and you're worried. And to an extent, there's no getting over that until this passes. But you have to find ways to manage it. Because if you don't, the fear of it, the hysteria behind it, is going to make you sick. It's already going to screw with your immune system, bring it down. You have to find ways to manage it. Otherwise, you're going to go insane. and you're going to physically get yourself sick as well. There's no getting around it. I've been wanting to say this for a while, but it just keeps getting worse. And now more than ever, especially for those of us who have curfew around us, or not necessarily lockdown, but, everything's closed. You're forced to either look within or do other things, and I think you need to make the best of that. We all do. And I think it's a time when we need to trust that we're not seeing everything. You don't have to trust the government if you don't like who's in office. This is not about that. But you have to trust that this too shall pass, however long it takes. I wish it was sooner rather than later, because there's something I've been waiting for that is on the edge of maybe not happening, which is kind of really annoying. And I'm sure the same can be said for many of you, especially the fact that we're approaching closer and closer to summer. So it really sucks that this is going on. But it brings me back to the Serenity Prayer. And I've always maintained that it's a prayer that could be for anybody, not just for addicts. And the first part of it is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are some things that you cannot change, but there are things that you can. You can shift your focus. You can shift what you're doing. You can channel the emotions that you're feeling for the positive in your life or in the lives of people around you. There's a lot of things that you can do, write a book, write a course, do a live stream, make a YouTube channel about something else besides this that you're passionate about. There's a lot of things that you can be doing, and things, especially for those of you who are losing money from this, your job closed or whatever the case may be, it might be something worth looking into to monetize one of your passions. It would help your sanity through all of this, as well as make you some money. But I think that we should remain as calm as we possibly can, and trust also in ourselves. If you're taking the correct precautions, there's no reason why you should be going into stores panicked or ready to fight people, or there's no reason why, if you're washing your hands and staying generally quarantined, that you should worry that you're going to be exposed to it. Different things can happen, anything can happen, but on some level, at some point, you have to trust yourself that you're doing the right thing, you're doing what you can, and turn off the media, for crying out loud. No matter what station, no matter which way they lean, they all want to get into your emotions. And this time, they really, really have found a way handed to them on a silver platter to make you a nervous wreck, glued to your screens. Don't let them win. Don't let the virus win. Fear is the true virus here. Fear is what is attracting this and amplifying it and making it so much worse. And I'm not saying that if we all collectively meditated and, meditated on love instead of fear, that it would automatically get rid of this. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to be foolish and claim that, in and of itself would get rid of it. But for your own sanity, for your own health, maybe you can do a little meditating. Maybe you can find ways to, listen to music or watch something that does bring you joy. There's a lot of things. Working out. I'm very into fitness lately because there's, there's always that. There's always something that you can do regardless of what it seems like is being taken from you. It'll all come back. I firmly believe even the stock markets will recover. And life will come back to the life as we knew it before. But for right now, for your own sakes, I think you need to remain as calm as possible and trust in yourself that you're taking the right precautions. I'm not saying to just not worry about it to the point where you're stupid and, make foolish decisions right now. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that if you're preparing as best you can and taking the proper precautions, please leave some toilet paper for other people, by the way. Even though that's not a symptom, but that's another conversation for another time. Just be smart, remain calm, breathe. That's one thing. If you don't meditate, just deep breaths. Like, take 15 at a time. When you feel yourself, even when you don't feel yourself getting worked up, just take a few deep breaths and everything will be fine. And that's pretty much all we can do right now. But like I said, do what you can and wait out the rest. So thank you guys for watching. Please share this with somebody who you think it may help. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't, if you're new here and you're just seeing this because of the title. Please subscribe. I have plenty of other videos on here, and I will talk to you guys soon.